And we're back, the TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, mercy, care, and equality watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Ashe, 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 ashe. Okay, so what do we have here? This reading is for Cancers. Ooh, this Cancer must be giving off Russian vibes. Are you Russian, Cancer? Do you like Russian food? Russian, Guatemalan, Colombian food? It's so interesting. What reading was it? Yikes. I'll have to go back and double check where the Colombian, Guatemalan card came out. Very similarly with another nationality card, so we're getting just very mixed energy. So this Cancer most likely has body tattoos, or focuses a lot on the body. Okay, so like beauty marks or scars or stretch marks. Yeah, those can be like natural tattoos if they don't have, creative tattoos. They have brown hair. They're generally empathetic, or they could be seen as an empath, and have a lot of energy. Okay, energizer, but usually that is seen more like in a sexual sense, but I'm getting more like they are a busybody. They like to do for others, and that's like their love language. Their acts of service is their number one love language. Okay, but they fell from grace. They're an underdog. Don't count them out, because they're experienced, even though they don't seem like they're experienced. But why did this Queen fall from grace? There's something about being gullible. They may have colorful hair, but I think this is fooling them. This West is in reverse, so I'm guessing they're from the West, but they're not there anymore. So they moved east. Like, there's a transition to the West or from the West here. Okay, and they seem really gullible. And I say seem, right? Easily fooled, like a dunce. They have some kind of cultural tie to Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, those areas. I'm not really getting speaks the language, but I'm definitely getting like culturally, you can see it in the way that they dress or the food that they eat. But you can't really tell much in their speech. Okay, they're more so Americanized. It's probably because maybe they're Russian, and a bit of Guatemalan or Colombian, or this person has ties to this. Either their name is tied to one of these areas, their last name, first name, a parent is attached to one of these. But I'm guessing like both parents are attached to this, and they are culturally tied to this, right? And that's where we're getting this Queen vibe, right? I'm getting like Queen. I'm not getting like, oh, like your Royal Majesty type of thing. I'm getting like, I call you Queen, right? So this person is basically a basic bitch, and it's a sissy, excuse my language. Like, I don't know, and these like, okay, but American. Okay, so that's why they don't have the dialect. So are they a dunce? Okay, so this Cancer is wealthy. They have a lot going for them. You see how like that flipped over there is like the major focal point. Like, yes, wealth, yes. Now this could be via skills. This could be finances. Like, this doesn't necessarily have to be, what is this? Latin America. So that could be where this Russian Colombia vibe is. So if we restructure and say, well, here's a few nationalities that are attached to this person. Nationality is sissy. It's funny. Okay, let me see. Can you show me yes? Can you show me no? That we're on the right track, and maybe we need to double back. Hi, Divine. Okay. So, are we talking about different kind of energies, right, for Cancer? So we have people who are part of the African diaspora. We have people who are Guatemalan. We have people who are Colombian. There are people who are just, tethered to Latin America, but don't necessarily know from what area, because, people are mixed, right? We just know generally this Cancer is a punk. Or has siblings where they call each other sissy. Okay, or sis. Hey sis, sissy. But I'm getting more so like, hey punk ass. That's why they call him sissy. Right, but we have to understand why we need to know all of this very crude information about this Cancer. Who's wealthy? They're wealthy in skills, or wealthy in a whole bunch of other things. Oh, they're masochists. That's the issue. Okay, they enjoy things to hurt, and they like to speak about it in a very fiery way. So this Cancer, or all these Cancers, are most likely tied to a very Sagittarius energy. Either they know someone who's a Sagittarius, they end up being a medium for Sagittarius energy, or is highly aspected in their chart. I think for Cancer, the moon is their hyper fixated sign. So let's say this Cancer's moon is in Sagittarius. Now for them to be water and then also be fiery is like a contradiction that the water usually wins, right? But who wants a soggy lighter, or whatever the case is? Yeah, it could dry out eventually, but like, who wants, what are the matches? There you go. Who wants a soggy match? I could not get that out. What is this? Okay, so someone's sleeper knocked out, or needs to be sleeper knocked out. This Cancer, from my angle, it says no ambition. But then from the angle where the camera most likely can see, it says it's the climb. So it's like this Cancer is moving in this very like masked energy, like it's the climb, don't worry, like we're gonna get there in stride. You know, there's no limitation for them when it comes to time. Okay, they just know that, you know, everything happens in its own time. But it's a front really, because they have no ambition to actually succeed. And that's really what's astonishing, is that them not having ambition is actually a level up, but they're too busy fronting like it's the climb, and they become irrelevant, right? So if you keep telling people like you have a plate that's full of food, right, and it's imaginary food, well, no one's going to add to your plate because it's imaginary food. But if you let people know that your plate is empty, now people can put food on your plate and you have real food opposed to imaginary food, right? So that's what I'm getting here. Like, this Cancer really has to tap into kind of letting their authenticity be seen, right? That their connection to the ethereal realm, but like pulling stuff from the ethereal realm. Okay, they're refining their power, or they're straightening their hair. They're changing their physical appearance. They're changing their aesthetic. They're shifting the mask to adapt to what's happening around them, right? In a sense, it's going to be short-lived, and it's going to be sacrificial. Why? Because of bad habits. And honestly, it's a great time to let go of something, right? Because the Grim Reaper is coming to collect. You're on borrowed time anyway. You're getting borrowed scenery with this SUV or truck. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And it's important notice. So wave that white flag. It is done. It is done. Wash your hands of it. Let it go. Follow your intuition, because it's going to lead you down a path of survivor energy opposed to survival energy, right? Or survival mode. Okay, and this is going to happen with the mom or grandma. Someone's going on a date night. Okay, like a girls' night out, but it's a Saturday gone wrong. Yikes. And someone's going to be offered an instant death. Okay, sent with love. But this love is like a very fiery, like rage-filled love. It's like red heart. You know what I'm saying? The music messages will let you know. And what do I mean by music messages? Okay, the random songs that play in your mind. Like, understand the lyrics behind it. If you are listening to the radio, see what songs play on the radio as you're listening to it. There can be 1,000 songs playing, but why do you listen to the 3 that played at the time that you chose to listen to the radio, type of thing? Or just play your playlist and put it on a random shuffle. What are the first couple of songs that play? Does it say anything about your temperament? Does it say anything about your life? Does it say anything about the people's life around you? If so, you're gaining spiritual messages, right, through music. That's what we mean by music messages, okay? Someone is fearfully driven, possibly this Aries, and you're gonna know that they're fearfully driven by all of this purging, okay? So it could be via crying, via sweating, mucus. And I'm guessing, like, even if this person doesn't show up in that energy, the energies around that person will show up. So let's say if the mom or grandma card came out, and that's typically what we think of when we think of Cancer. We think of Mother Goose. So if a mom is having a chaotic time, but they're really good at putting on a mask, well, the kids will show how chaotic it is, because the kids haven't learned yet how to put a mask on. So the kids might be crying, they might be like colic, irritable, have weight issues, be standoffish, or like anxiety ridden, seem like they're stressed, seem like they're detached, like they're like a blank stare, like they're not there. And you can kind of gauge the temperament of the parents based on how the kids are showing up, right? But just know that, again, this Cancer energy, this baby showing up, and the way that they're showing up is going to create havoc for you, and then you're going to have to really improve yourself. And what do I mean by improve yourself? No one's saying that you're not a great mom, okay? If we're using that example, we're saying that in the way that you are a mom, you have to also tie in the fact that you are a person and you're human, and you have to acknowledge your own feelings, because if you don't acknowledge your feelings, you'll have to acknowledge those same feelings in your children, okay? And now you have to, you know, keep this princess-like vibe to you, because you're pushing a calmitude. You're pushing like you're all right, everything's okay, and you know things are magical. But like you have to embody it yourself, and the universe is going to offer you a soft trip or fall, a scenario. And you're listening to this reading because you have Cancer somewhere else highly aspected in your chart. Just know that refining the skill is going to help you approach things a bit more diplomatically, especially if you were a Pisces or Aries, okay? With an Aries fieriness and that Pisces kind of defensiveness of like the water, like pushing the current away, pushing things away, opposed to like bringing things near. That's kind of what I think about with Pisces. Confrontation and misalignment, showing people vulnerabilities is not the easiest, okay? But you'll be given the necessary equipment, right? The resources to be able to approach what your intuition guides you to approach diplomatically, okay? Don't rush the process. At the end of the day, things are unfolding in the time that they're unfolding for your highest good. If you are any quicker or any slower, you can ruin it. So take away the it's the climb type of mentality, okay? Because it's really showing that you have no ambition. Because people who understand that it's a climb don't sing about it, don't talk about it. They are too busy acting on it, okay? So let people be astonished with the news of you kind of handling this drainage, this lymphatic drainage of someone who is pissy, right? In a way that also shows that you're human, okay? Allow other people to see that the Mother Goose also needs a bit of mothering. Yeah? Okay, so is there anything else we need to know here? Nope. So I wish us all the best. I'll see you soon. Until the next